Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam Maulana. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're an oldie but a goodie, you know I love you, I appreciate you. In today's video, we are going to be talking about baking. And some of you might be thinking, Miriam, it's 2019, baking? Why? Because I think to each their own, and if you're still one of those people that want to bake their face and bake your makeup and make it nuclear, then do that, okay? So here are my do's, my don'ts, my whys, and why not. I really do hope that you guys enjoy the video. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah, mwah. I promise you guys, if I had someone on the payroll for filming me, I would go broke because there are way too many takes in one video. Anywho, so I started off with just to make sure that this video isn't too long, I started off with my eyes and my base already done. I'm just going to take you guys through what I actually used for my face prior to. So I moisturized my face as I usually do every other day, whether or not I'm putting on makeup. And then I went in under my eyes with my cellular filler, Nivea Hyaluronic Cellular Filler. This is one of the bombest. It is such an affordable eye cream. It is a Nivea brand and it is an anti-age eye cream, and the reason why I use this is because I really want to make sure that my under eyes are hydrated, moisturized, well taken care of. I mean, I'm 27, it's that time, I'm not at that age where you need to do more, you know what I mean? Like, you just need to do more. You can't get away with not doing anything at all for your face. And then I went in with my L'Oreal Infallible primer as per usual. I went in with my L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the color 340, which is copper, and that's it for my face. And I used my Real Techniques foundation buffing brush to do so. Love the way that this just works in foundation into my face. Like, look at that, it is such a smooth base. And the one thing that I want to also talk about is the fact that when you're actually applying your base, you want to try and make sure that you're not going into, you're not putting foundation into your eye, because you don't want to have too much product under the eye. So you kind of just work around it, and also just a little bit if you want to. I mean, you can just go up as opposed to actually putting foundation on there and then working it all the way around. You're better off working up in that way. So that's kind of how I buff my foundation into my face. And then now we can actually go into why we're all here. So we're going to start off by highlighting the face, and the highlighter that I love using a liquid concealer for this. Cream concealers tend to make me oily. I am already oily. Like, I'm on the extremes, like on the far spectrum of oily. So I try to make sure that whatever it is that I'm going to use, it's not going to be too thick, and it's not by thick and creamy, and it's not going to add on to my oiliness, which is why there are some, like, you know how sometimes people can use foundations as concealers. I can use it for highlighting, but it's like it's a risk. Like, it's a risk. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. One of the reasons why I go ahead and also highlight my forehead is for a more natural highlight on your face. You want to make sure that the center of your face, which is where the light naturally catches, as you guys saw in the, I'll try and put a previous clip right here where the light, as you can see, like the light, like natural light, naturally that's so cute catches onto certain parts of my face. So that is my forehead, my nose, my eye area, under eye area, as well as my chin. So those are the parts of my face that I just like to highlight. Why is my concealer fighting me like this? Those are the parts of my face that I like to highlight. And I also like to go under my lower lip just to create kind of like an angle right there on my chin. It works well for me, at least for my face, for what I want to, for the look that I want to create. And then to blend in my concealer, I love using a beauty sponge. You can use a beauty blender, you can use whatever sponge that you like most. But recently I discovered the Real Techniques Expert Concealer Brush. Oh my goodness, this works wonders for my nose and for parts of my eye and around my lips. So what I basically do is I take it and then I use it to blend this concealer right here. I feel like it just does a really great job of packing it in. Like, I'm not trying to move the concealer around, I'm just trying to pack it into the face. So I'm packing and packing without actually moving the product that was there before, because we don't want to mess this up. We just want to create that a highlight around the face. So the next step is to go in with your beauty sponge and then just go and blend this in and blend for the gods. Like, I want you to dab, 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 dab as if your life depended on it.
She said she won the rundown. Bad man, I mean the rundown. Then I tell her my lady, my baby, may she calm down.
So one of my reasons for looking up when I'm blending is to make sure that I am really blending this concealer right under the eye as well. And a beauty sponge is gentler on your eyes. You don't want to drag, so you really kind of want to go in patting motions, pressing your product into the skin firmly. Obviously, don't kill yourself, but just be firm, be precise, and you will have your product well distributed around your face. Go and I bake my face. I set my concealer, and one of my favorite concealers at the moment is the Yardley Absolute Loose Powder. This is a translucent powder. I love. Ooh. I don't really like these arbitrary categories. So my iPad has decided it wants to join the conversation. Anywho, like I was saying, I'm just going to put it on the back of my of the lid, and then I'm going to go back in again with my beauty blender, beauty sponge, because I want to make sure that there's no creasing prior to, and I also want to make sure that the concealer hasn't settled into my fine lines or into any lines that I have under my eyes before I set it. Because once you set it, you're setting whatever is there in place the way that it is. So yeah, one more time. Okay, I just needed to go really under my eye. So I'm going to go in with my powder brush, pat it in, get rid of the excess, and then just set that under eye concealer. You don't have to really worry about bringing it all the way down, because you are just setting your under eye to make sure that it doesn't start creasing or moving around or settling into your fine lines whilst you are in the process of doing your highlighting, your contouring, your baking, and all of that. So I'm just also going to set the rest of my concealer first. And because this is a translucent powder, I feel like it's got this blurring effect, you guys. Like, I don't know what Yardley put in this, but I am in love with it. I also try to focus around the parts of my face that I feel like get oily, and then just move it around the rest of my face, just to set that foundation. If you want, you can use your powder that is the exact same complexion as you, or your finishing powder or whatever. I just like to use this one because, I mean, it's translucent, and it works wonders. Like, I honestly feel like you could, if you're one of those people that have something against baking, then you can just sit with this and be about your life. Like, leave and go wherever you're about to go, because this stuff works wonders on the skin. Like, it just does oh my goodness, it is so good. Completed all of that, and I've used my translucent powder, and I've set my under eye makeup. So the difference between setting and baking is setting, you are just setting your product in place. You're setting it in place, whereas baking is you're basically cooking your makeup. So setting makes, especially depending on the powder that you use. So let's say if you use Laura Mercier, you know, one of those bomb ass, bomb setting powders, then your makeup will be bulletproof, right? But in my personal opinion, I think baking makes your makeup nuclear proof. Like, you could drop a makeup nuclear bomb on your face and you're gonna be good. Do you understand me? Like, if you want to dance all night, party all night, and have your under eyes and certain parts of your face not move, then I suggest baking. And my favorite powders for baking are the Debunking Western Cosmetics, formerly known as Vault. I don't know if she still uses that, but I was checking on their website and they recently changed their name from Vault to Debunking Western, which is her actual name. I've been to their store and I've had the pleasure of meeting Jackie, and right now I am on their website and we are just going to talk about the actual powders themselves. So from their website, you'll find that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 powder shades, and that is, they have almond, banana, light yellow, mustard, no shine, which is just a translucent loose powder, red, a shimmer, as well as a yellow one. So you will find a shade that works for you. Like, her color cosmetics honestly are, they're impressive. At least for me, I really like the way that the powders work on my skin tone. She really put skin tones into consideration, and that is the one thing that I absolutely love about these powders. So what I like to do is, once I've set my face, I've set my highlights, I now go in with my color powders. And the reason why I like baking these color powders is, depending on what foundation I've used that day, I feel like I can also use these as a way to color correct my foundation. So let's say if I feel like my foundation is way too yellow, then I can always tone it down by using banana powder to set and bake, to bake specifically. Or if it's a neutral foundation, since I have a very yellow undertone and I'm very warm, I can go in with my light yellow or yellow powders to kind of bring back that warmth out of my skin and just make myself, you know, so yes, for today's purposes, I am going to mix a light yellow and yellow, because the foundation that I use today is a very warm. It is warm enough. It's just the way I like it. And as you can see, I could basically just contour and leave the house. But we are here to bake. So turn on the heat in your ovens, people, and let her bake this makeup to nuclear perfection. So when you are baking, you need to take kind of like a ridiculous amount of your powder and place it under your eyes, where you want your makeup not to move all through the night or through the day. So for me, it's usually along my nose specifically, because as you can see, that's where normally shine comes through or pulls through on my skin, on my face. Again, if you have very dry skin, this might not be a step that's for you, but then at the end of the day, there are powders that are made for dry skin and some that are made for oily skin. So depending on, I think it's just a matter of looking for products that work for you, because at the end of the day, we all know you don't want your under eye to look like a potato chip, okay? You want it to be dry and flaky, you just want it to be smooth and sexy and cool, and you want your makeup to last all day. So we've set, now we bake. So I love powder contouring, and I love powder contouring, and this is the brush that I usually use. It is tapered enough, it is flat, it gives me enough control to go into the places that I want to go into. So you can leave this for however long you want to leave it on for. You can leave it for 5, 10 minutes or 2 minutes if you don't have time, but just allow, because what happens is, now that you put so much powder on your face, your skin can barely breathe. So what your skin is going to do is, it's going to create a heat in that space, like in the space that you have powder, and it's going to try and pull through, like your body heat is just going to try and pull through to a level where it cooks and bakes your eye makeup and just sets it perfectly into place. So that is the reason for baking. If you have dry skin and it doesn't work for you, to each their own, honestly. Makeup is for you to do what works for you personally, to each their own, okay? If this isn't your thing, then just set your makeup and go about your way. It's all up to you. Touch your face. Can you see that? So this is before even blended. This is just me placing that color on there, and then I'm gonna do that on the other side of my face. Again, it's just a matter of from the top of my ear.
One time, it's a bad man thing. It's body, baby. VQs, let's go. VQs. I'ma make you bounce like a hurricane. I'ma make your bed rock like a hurricane. I'ma do it like nobody can. And I'll give you all the things that nobody can. I'ma make you bounce like a hurricane.
That. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do is, because I want to just snatch this, I kind of just placed that contour onto my face. I'm now going to go back in with my mustard powder. Woo! Why am I spraying so much? Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I don't know what was happening. And I'm just going to cut my contour to define it. You see, this is why I like having this like different colors from her collection, because I can use them for different things. Okay. So I usually start off by removing this powder because I hate the idea of having, so I'm just using a this is the type of brush that I'm using, and this is just a, what do you call this? A powder brush, but it's not a tapered one. It's just, yeah. So you see, there you've got it. You've got your curved eyebrow, but without it looking crazy. And then I'm just going to go in and wipe that away. And the one thing that I absolutely love about the Jackie Widow powders is you can actually, if you were to go on her, is you can spritz water or whatever on your brush and it doesn't pick up the product, but it melts it into the skin. So if you feel like you've got way too much product there and you just want to blend it perfectly into your skin, all you would need to do is just spritz a little bit of water and or your setting spray or rose water. I use rose water, or I use my Revolution Makeup Pro Fix. So this is my fixing spray, not a setting, a fixing spray, and then you can just fix it onto your face, but whilst melting it into the skin. So you don't have to worry about creasing with these powders. They are perfect. I love them like that. No harsh lines, blended to perfection. Okay, so I'm going to go into my face with an angled brush. I love using this for my blushes, and I'm going to go into my face, with my the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette, and this is from Juvier's Place, and these are the shades that are in here. And I'm going to go with a dab of Tau and a dab of Yara. These are like pink and brown. Tap off the excess. You really want to start with a little bit of product and then work it out. So I'm gonna smile. And then as opposed to putting it right here, I'm gonna just put it up here and then work it out. When it comes to my highlight, what I like to do is I like to add my highlight first, and then I spritz my face with my fixing with my fixing spray, and then I go back in with my highlight, and then I set my makeup, and then we're good to go. So the highlight that I'm going to be using today is the Debunking shimmer powder. You guys, this highlight is the bomb. So this is a swatch without anything. I just dipped it in there, and then that's it. You get this whole thing for 24 bucks. If there's going to be anything that you buy from Vault Cosmetics, I suggest you buy their shimmer powder. It is the bomb diggity. So now I'm just gonna finish off my look, and then we can conclude this video. I hope you guys loved the tips that I have for a bulletproof makeup look. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the tips and tricks that I had for you guys. I think baking makes for a bulletproof makeup look, makeup setup, especially for someone like me. I have very oily skin, guys. Like, I don't think people understand when I say I have very oily skin. I mean, I could use whatever is mattifying with the zero makeup on, and still, if I was to do this after about an hour, I can moisturize my hands. My skin is so oily, and it's not even because it's dry, because I moisturize. I just think it's what my skin is. So when it comes to makeup, if I don't want it to move, I just have to find the right products. And I mean, look at me. Okay, I really need to start doing that. Anywho, so for bulletproof, nuclear proof, under eye, smile line proof, flash proof makeup, you now know what I personally do. I really hope that it really helps you guys out. If you guys have any tips, any product recommendations, please do leave them in the description box below. I am always eager to learn. I am enjoying this makeup journey, and you guys make it so much more fun. So please leave your comments, your thoughts, your feelings, your product recommendations, from moisturizers to primers to setting spray, fixing spray, whatever you think could make my makeup any better. Please leave the product down below. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I left a video right here for you to watch. Since you're already here, you knows it. Like, I know you got me. So right here, right? It's accessible. You don't have to go looking for it. It's right here.